This video contains subject matter which may be inappropriate for some viewers.
People have long loved finding the end of times in ordinary things. Flu shots, rapture fuel, credit cards, Satan's shopping spree diva, and when the barcode hit grocery stores in the 1970s, oh buddy, a whole genre of prophecy-adjacent panic was born. The first UPC barcode was put on a pack of gum in Troy, Ohio in 1974. And we've been clinging to sanity ever since. Barcodes were not dreamed up by a satanic cabal. They were invented to stop cashiers from having to manually enter in the prices and let stores track inventory in a digital way. Over 6 billion barcodes are scanned in the world every single day. But what if those very barcodes were, what was it? The mark of the beast.
Antichrist.
Cause honey, the devil's in them there lines. So on a UPC barcode, there's 3 big lines that are taller than all of the others. One in the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. Ah! The devil! Okay, so here's a barcode on this eraser, right? Oh my god, I'm like an MUA. So there's a group of 3 here, and then a group of 2 in the middle that are larger, and then at the very end, there's that group. So I think 1, 2, 3.
So you go into Hebrew.
So a lot of people said 3 equals 666, and suddenly every can of beans was suspicious. The myth claims that the barcode encodes 666, or the mark of the beast. Those 3 longer lines, which are called guard bars, they're used for the efficiency of the scan, not encoded 6s, and specifically the team of engineers from IBM have come out and disproved this claim. It's so interesting to me because this is not about logic, it's about pattern seeking, fear, and a script that is centuries old where people are just looking for a sign of the end times. So at the time, this new technology added together with ancient apocalypse stories created a certified panic. It's so frustrating because it's not just a goofy superstition. This same mistrust becomes very fertile ground for people to spread misinformation. It can lead people to reject modern technologies, perpetuate scams, or let real problems like surveillance and corporate greed hide behind the boogeyman of the barcode.
Something to think about.
And that really bites for the modern world because there are things that should be criticized, like corporate surveillance, data collection, predatory policies, not biblical doom delivered by the barcode. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the F word.
After some time digging around looking for some information about this, I came across a YouTube channel that is called Shepherd Ministries, and they published a video 11 years ago that is called UPC Codes and 666, Beware the Mark of the Beast. It's a 13-minute video. We are going to watch the irrefutable proof and look at the scientific evidence of why UPCs are the mark of the devil. Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 on my forehead. Let's get into it. Dismantling Hate starts now. MILFs love it, and you will too.
And the devil laughs. Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can.
Okay, let's see how barcodes are the devil's work, honey. The purpose of this presentation is to warn people of what is shortly coming to pass. Because our churches today are not doing so. Oh, the glitch was scary. 6. Oh my god. It's so crudely put together, but it's working. Beware the mark of the beast. Why is that so weird? I'm scared.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 18, tells us, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number, 666.
On the can.
Biblical scholars, who rarely agree on anything, do agree on the interpretation of this infamous number, 666, as an unmistakable reference to the Antichrist, Satan, or the beast. But why, as the Bible suggests,
Here is the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number 666. It doesn't feel like anything evil related, but maybe that's coming.
does it take understanding to count a series of three identical numbers? Simply reading the numbers 666 requires no wisdom.
Yes.
Therefore, 666 must be a kind of code,
Okay.
hidden from us, yet somehow demanding to be discovered. One of the goals of this presentation is to reveal, through a greater understanding of God's Word, one example, one worldwide example, of the way the number 666 and all that this number implies has found its way into our daily lives.
It's true. Barcodes are everywhere, bestie. Look, even I have one.
Let's begin by examining the language of this passage more closely.
Okay, do it.
As we know, the language of the Bible contains multiple layers of meaning.
Is this not exactly the same quote? Let him that hath understanding, count. We're going with the emphasis on the words.
Count, as it's used here, implies much more than simple arithmetic. For if the number...
That's right, because if God didn't exist, then explain math.
666 is a code, then it must be studied and deciphered, or if you will, counted by those of us who have or seek understanding.
Okay.
From the word counting, we can infer multiple thinking processes.
What?
Recognition and identification, as in picking out similar items within a group. Enumerating, assigning a number and value to these items. And yes, simple arithmetic, adding the numbers to produce a result. So it's through counting, a deciphering process, that we are shown a path to greater understanding and the revelation of truth.
Like, I know all of those words individually that he just said. I don't know if I've been chilling a little too much or that made no sense. Like, you could picture older people in your family, I'm sure, watching this video in like the 1990s and going, oh my God, this man is so smart. Like, he's backlit with the candelabra behind him and he's wearing a suit and clearly he has a camera, so he must know what's up. It's hard to watch the origination of how misinformation like this was really spread around. And there were so many more barriers to entry to filming something and publishing it like this too. Like, no slack-jawed yokel like me could just set up their iPhone and just make a video, right? So there was an amount of implied professionalism or implied wisdom and knowledge that anybody with a camera had back then. Ooh.
Before going any further, let's be clear on one central point.
Please do.
We do not mean to suggest that the Universal Product Code, or UPC, is the mark of Satan, the mark of the beast. But through a process of research and discovery, we will present factual evidence that the groundwork for an Antichrist monetary system is being laid today, and that the number 666 is one example of Revelation's prophecy coming true.
The music in the back is so upsetting. It's not actually the barcode that is the mark of the devil, but the barcode. Wait a minute, am I gonna agree with this guy? Not about the Jesus thing, but if they are saying like capitalism, because this was made in order to expedite transactions, like the flow of commerce, of which is the mark of the devil, because capitalism is the devil. I'll say it. I don't really believe in the devil, so that doesn't mean much to me. It's a satisfying sound. Okay.
World, and within your own home. Before we focus on the UPC issue, a little background study is called for, specifically on the subject of the mark of the beast, revealed in chapter 13 of Revelations.
Okay.
And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Spake? Is that a synonym for spoke?
All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads.
In their foreheads.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Okay.
Who is this second beast?
It's me, Diva. Okay, I didn't expect to like agree, because if we're headed towards the place of capitalism will be the downfall of society, we're gonna be in agreement there. I don't see a connection between a religious figure at all, so I think we're gonna disagree when we get to the Jesus part, but so far, yeah.
Here, Revelations refers to the false prophet, Satan's forerunner, endowed with power by Satan to perform horrific acts. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in sight of the first beast.
Okay.
Deception.
Oh.
Miracles.
Oh.
The false prophet works with smoke and mirrors to create illusions that mask the truth. Look back to chapter 2 of Thessalonians. And the Antichrist deceives the whole world by Satan's power, signs, and lying wonders. We are shown a prophetic vision of the Antichrist in all his glory. A world of the future where Satan appears to be unstoppable. His very image depicted on TV, in magazines, newspapers, in public places, in your own homes. An image that speaks, demanding by his law that you...
I don't know if it's just me having the attention span of a fungus gnat, but this is such a snooze fest. One thing that I find really interesting is that the argument that both God and Satan do exist, but modern day perceptions of those two characters are actually completely swapped, is that who some folks conceptualize God is actually the devil, and people's conception of the devil or Satan is actually that of God. Satan would be the one out there screaming that they're God. If lies were being spouted about God, I'm sure God would be like, yeah, whatever, man. I am who I am. We don't need to make a big fuss about it. So I feel like hell is actually heaven and heaven is actually hell, you know? Like if hell existed, I would want to go there because that's where every single one of my friends are going to be.
His image. The Antichrist of the future setting a stage today.
Okay.
For those who would be deceived.
Would?
The mark, the name, the number on your right hand or forehead. A chilling prophecy, especially frightening to those who would choose to live in the darkness of ignorance. Recall Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 when God says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge."
You know what? So are mine.
Is Revelation's prophecy coming true today? The evidence seems to suggest it. In the final days of this world order, is there any doubt that our buying and selling system will be conducted with a mark, with credit transactions rather than cash? Is it this path that leads to destruction? Revelation chapter 14 provides one answer. If any man or woman worships the beast and his image and receives his mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, those who do so shall be damned for eternity.
That is a tough, that's a rough go for me to discover that right now with this on my forehead. Okay, I think we're getting farther away from the idea that capitalism will be the end of the world, because this doesn't seem that. But they're talking about it on their forehead and on their right hand, and barcodes aren't on foreheads. Other than in this stupid moment right now where I'm being just a silly guy, you know? It's on things. The world economy is evolving. Okay. Is the mark being tested today? Who's Mark?
The day of a cashless society is fast approaching. Envision a world where...
It's really not. We're mostly cashless, but there's a lot of cash out there, even now in Satan's year 2025.
Transactions are virtually obsolete, where workers receive credits in place of dollars. If your job now pays you $5.35 an hour, that would translate to 5.35 hundredths of a credit an hour. A direct deposit system becomes mandatory for all payroll checks.
Well, he was right on that one. I guess not all. Some people probably get paid with a regular check or cash. I haven't in a really long time, but
Debit cards will replace credit cards. The very latest debit cards actually have a microcomputer chip built into them. Buying and selling transactions are done instantly.
Okay.
At the time of the transaction, when the card is scanned, the buyer's account is debited and the seller's account credited immediately.
Yeah.
Can you see a connection between a debit card and the mark? Universal acceptance of the UPC
No, I really can't.
is just one small example of our rapidly changing world economy. There is now new evidence to suggest that a marking system is being tested in new and different ways. In certain communities worldwide, there are eyewitness accounts of the mark seen on the hand and forehead being used today to transact business. For the purposes of
What do you mean on the forehead or the hand? Nobody's seen that. And if, like, I was kind of with it. Okay, I've had it with this. I was more with him before when I was thinking the message here is that it would be capitalism. Why are debit cards an issue? There's no barcode on debit cards. I guess there is on some of them. They're longer and more spread out. Like, imagine yourself as a religious person watching this video and being terrified. Looking around my studio right now, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just see barcodes when you look around. There's 4. And I can see one out there on my piano right now. Like, barcodes are in fact everywhere. So it would be so scary if you bought into this stuff and you were watching this video. That's so sad.
We will focus on the number 666 and its use in the Universal Product Code. Remember, the first step in counting the number 666 in the Universal Product Code is recognition and identification. In this design, which is used on 95% of all store products...
I'm sorry, I don't see 666 in there. Like, I see there's a group of 2 in the front, group of 2 in the middle, group of 2 on the end, like we talked about before. But how is that 666? I guess 246, they total up. 2 times 3 gives you 6, but then it's only 1 6. There's propaganda throughout all time. It's just more sophisticated now and more readily available.
Breaking the code requires counting 4 sets of numbers. Our example here is an actual UPC taken from a grocery store package.
Okay.
Set number 1 represents the beginning, middle, and ending bar sets.
Yes.
Notice that unlike the other bar sets, no numeral appears underneath them.
Okay.
There is a reason for this that we'll get to soon. The second set of numbers can be thought of as a category number.
Okay.
It tells the computer where the item is located in the computer banks, so it can process the item scanned. The number is found in the next set of bars, toward the middle, on either side. Remember, this is a separate number unto itself.
Yes.
The third set represents the manufacturer's identification number. All products under a given company's name will carry the same number in the set number 3 position. Once the manufacturer's ID is tabulated, the scanner looks to the right side of the code for the 4th set of numbers. This is the item number. Once the computer scans this number, it has recorded everything about the item and its history, including its price. The scan is complete and, in a matter of microseconds, the transaction made. We have broken the UPC down into its component parts.
There were a lot of complaints about the barcode when it was first introduced that weren't inherently Jesus related. Before the barcode was popularized, supposedly every item had its price on it instead of the shelf having the price on it. And it was argued that this would be used to deceive consumers in some way or something of the sort. Like, you could change the price of something and not tell anyone, but then you would still know that it doesn't correspond with the number that you saw on the shelf, but it would be harder. It would be one step more difficult because then you would have to remember all the prices of the things that you're buying and who's standing at the register like a hawk, making sure everything goes in at the right price. I mean, if anything, you would notice it when you're leaving on your receipt. And then if it's a difference of $2, are you really going to go stand in the customer service line? You know, it's just a big to-do. I would just walk out in most cases, unless it was like I don't know, maybe $5 or more, then I would probably stand in line for a few minutes. But if it's a buck or two, I don't think I would be that fussed. But again, I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think I'm just too much of an understanding diva that I'm trying to find common ground here. This is just nothing.
First step in the counting process. Now we can examine how these parts are translated into single-digit numerals. Each UPC code uses 2 bar sets. Set number 1 translates into the numbers 0 through 9 and is used only on the left side of the UPC code.
Oh, I see.
Look at the small 0 beside the 2 number 1s. Now look at the 2 bars above the 0.
Okay.
This bar set represents the number 0.
Okay, I'm understanding it now. Diva.
Now look at the 5 bold numbers, 11230, then at bar set number 1. Examine how each of the numerals corresponds to a given bar set.
Okay.
Set number 2. A distinctly different set of bar designs also translates into the numbers 0 through 9, but is used only on the right side.
Oh, get out of town. Is that still like that today, where you have 2 different legends of what the bars mean in corresponding with their number? Oh, wow. This is just like my gravy. The plot thickens. Diva? I don't know why I keep saying diva today.
Look at the numbers 80101 and follow the lines drawn from the numbers in bar set number 2 to the UPC below.
Okay.
Remember, UPC scanners first look for a string of numbers before the scan can begin. We are seeing 4 sets of numbers, but the first set is always the same number. It never changes. It's always there. That number is 666.
But only in the one legend, because in the other representation of the lines, 6 wasn't the 2 skinny lines. 6 was 1 thin line and 1 chunky boy. So why are we only using 1? Those bars might not follow the same rules. Oh boy, this is a reach.
This UPC design with 5 bold numbers on either side appears on 95% of all supermarket products.
It's on this.
Other designs are also used, some with hyphens between numbers, but 666 appears on all of them. Look at the UPC codes on the products you have at home. You will quickly see that the number 6, derived from the second bar set, is used at the beginning, middle, and end of your sample UPC. Are all barcodes UPCs? Not necessarily. Inventory control codes, for example, do not use 666. And the reason is simple. Inventory control does not directly involve buying and selling.
Okay.
Remember, looks can be deceiving. You can use this decoding process on virtually any product sold today.
Is there a UPC on his Bible? Is that where this is going?
Learn to count the number 666 and teach the method to your friends. Then inform
That's what I'm doing right now, bestie. I'm teaching you right now.
Many people as you can. Family, friends, even your skeptical next door neighbor. Help them increase their awareness of the Antichrist system.
But what do you do with this information? There's no call to action. I mean, there's still 30 seconds left, but what do we do about it? Like, what if I'm sitting here terrified, shaking in my boots, because the mark of the beast is literally everywhere around me and there's nothing I can do?
Help them protect themselves from deception.
How?
Chapter 4, verse 6 of Hosea sums it up best.
Okay.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
But what do we do with that? Knowledge is nothing if you don't know how to put it into action. Like, I'm not actually scared, but I would be.
The best reference resource for a complete study of UPC and 666 is found in The New Money System by Mary Stuart Relfi, PhD. Look for this cover. You can pick one up at your nearest Christian bookstore.
Well, there better not be a barcode on this book. This book by prophecy student Mary Stuart Ralphie contends that the ubiquitous universal barcode fits the specifications for the so-called Mark of the Beast, prophesied by the Apostle John in the book of Revelation, honey. Let's see what people are saying. A fascinating artifact by the midden heap of peculiar American disposition. A mixture of plain conspiracy, conjecture, cherry-picked biblical diegesis, appeals to the mass by a format of "it's only common sense" implied in the less lucid, more concrete sections. I don't know why this term common sense, or "it's only common sense," is now a right-wing dog whistle. I usually hear that when it comes to people being transphobic. Of like, it's only common sense not to let kids do what they want with their bodies. Nobody's trans. You're just... No, so we're not going down that road, but that's something that I hear a lot. The arteries that flow through that Conrad-like heart of darkness of the American milieu, the history, present, and reasonable expectation of future have long been left unexamined and untreated. I believe this woman was sincere at first, mistaken but sincere, and cashed in. By honing a singular focus, she made a point others at the time made, and that is the coming of dominance of plastic over cash. But it is hardly unique for 1982 to envision that. What makes this unique is the artifact itself, the tone, the style, with antecedents and forerunners, that dreaded, I don't know that word, back, B-A-C-C-H-E, back, hee-hee, of the American pathology that provides a schizoid paralysis and active danger. Just one artifact worthy of the McLuhan treatment, especially in these times. I don't know what McLuhan is either. Somebody said, now that we are on the brink of a cashless society, this 80s book was prophetic. Yeah. So that's that, Diva. Thanks for getting to the end of this video. Did you know that this was a thing? Did you know? Do you know about that? Did you know about this one? Did you know about this one right here? Please, you have to let me know if you have somebody in your life who either used to or currently still thinks that barcodes are the mark of the devil. How would you get anything done? You wouldn't be able to purchase anything, really. Or maybe you could just have people buy you things and then unwrap them like my eraser, and then they could give it to you. And to be honest, after watching that video, I don't think I learned any new information. Like, logistically, we understand how they see 666 in the barcode, but we don't have an understanding of really how it means anything, or what it means, or why we should care about what it means, or what to do. I have more questions than answers, and that's usually how these videos end. So if you like this video, you can click the playlist in the description and watch a bunch of other ones just like this one. Not exactly like this. Actually, none are quite like this, but lots. But anyway, thanks for spending some time with me while we look at this nonsense, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Rue, the barcode's gonna get you. The first recommendation in the line of books after this barcode book says, Groom, Pimp God. What Yo Mama Shoulda Told Ya. Written by Warren B. Pimp God. And I mean, let's be honest, if the Beast really did want to sneak into society, he'd probably just run for office. Officially.